Well. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on where you're joining us from. Yet again, we are here on the Candid Money Talk, episode 24. Very excited to always be here as your host for this very valuable session, where we speak things as they are on matters money. And the topic we are covering now is a controversial topic, but necessary, because these things are happening in homes, in the offices, in our community. And we cannot just put a blind eye on them, and they are affecting humanity. They're affecting us, because when your loved one, your friend is in a financial abuse, you equally get affected. I'm Edith Sidondo. I'm a certified money coach, founder and CEO of Profit Acumen, a money coaching firm. I'm the author of my money journal, a hands-on guide for you and your money. So yesterday, we started a series on financial abuse. And yesterday we tackled understanding what financial abuse is. And our topic was, could you just be going through financial abuse? So how do you recognize that? What are the signs of financial abuse? First of all, we looked at what is financial abuse, what are the signs that I'm going through financial abuse. And for those who did not tune in on our episode 23, please go back and listen in so that you can connect it to what we are covering today, because it's still within the same topic, but today we are looking at the impact. When we recognize the signs, the signs of financial abuse, there is always the cause and effect, So financial abuse, what are the effects, the impact on the person? That's what we'll look at today. So like we said yesterday, that financial abuse involves controlling a person, controlling a person's ability to acquire, ability to use, and ability to maintain financial resources. So when you control a person in that manner, and you see also when you control a person in that manner, we also have to look at what is the objective. And we said that the end goal, irrespective of the type of financial abuse, because we also mentioned that it could be through manipulation, or it can be overt, it can be very aggressive, where you're demanding, intimidating, and bringing down. And so irrespective of whether it's through manipulation or it's openly, you're doing it openly, in the end, the goal is always the same. And the goal is to gain power and control over the person or over this relationship that you have. So it leaves devastating effects. It's very devastating because it touches on the dignity of the person. And often you find that the victims, the victim of financial abuse feels inadequate, unsure of themselves due to the emotional connection. And money has an emotion. It has an emotional connection because it's a core survival issue. It is something that when you do not have, it leaves you feeling helpless. So the moment your financial resources are in this, are acted on in this manner, or your ability to access financial resources, it equally affects your emotional state. So financial abuse is accompanied with emotional abuse. Yeah, so they go hand in hand. So some of the effects of financial abuse, one is that some victim can experience what we call coerced debt, yeah, where you find that you're put in loans that are not yours. You're forced into a loan situation where you find sometimes loans are taken out in your name, or you are made to sign documents that ideally you do not understand or give into. And sometimes this happens to people who are maybe not very literate. You can be literate in terms of you've gone to school even up to university, but you don't have a clear understanding of financial documents. Yeah, you don't know what you're signing. And often if you look at the loan papers, the loan agreements, they're in small print with very technical language. Often you don't understand them. So you go and you sign. So coerced debt, you're coerced into a debt. Yeah, so it could be under pressure or through manipulation. So unknowingly, you find your name is in there and you are the owner of the debt obligation. So the debt accrues on you. So this person coerces you into a debt, then they do not pay the debt. So the lenders come after you because you are the one whose signature is there. Then you are taken aback because you signed out of, maybe you are under pressure, yes, but you equally didn't understand the implications of what you are signing. So leaves the victim with a financial burden. And most likely, often you find your financial capacity cannot meet that burden. Or even if you are to meet that burden, you have to endure a lot to meet that burden. Maybe it takes up 2 jobs or do a lot, yeah, on your part to meet this burden. So often you find you're doing it, you get into paying it because you're trying to protect yourself or protect the children, yeah? So coerced debt. Or it can also happen where, like yesterday I mentioned that banks now have arrangements where one bank account can have a number of credit cards. One credit card facility can have a number of cards. Yeah, cards. Yeah, so you can have a common facility, but different people holding the card. So this person can go, the abuser can go and max out that card. Yeah, max out the card and refuses to make payments and ruins your credit rating. Yeah, yeah, and that means it then ruins your ability to borrow or your ability to access credit when you need it. And without access to these economic resources, you always find your goals, your money goals are set backwards, yeah? And that sets a challenge on your safety and on your long-term security, yeah? So coerced debt. So financial abuse, you can find that you have all these money goals, you're working towards them, but if you're not present on financial abuse, it can set you back 100 steps, many steps backwards. So another impact of financial abuse is control over records and documentations. Records and documentations that have a potential to give you a sense of security in the future. Yeah, and it can be a powerful means of control because in the absence of access of some records and documentations, it means you cannot step into some offices to access anything. Let's say, for instance, if somebody withholds a title deed, yeah, or withholds certain certificates, things like birth certificate, things like passport, a ID card, it means you cannot transact. You cannot show, authenticate your identity. Yeah. So it means you can't go anywhere. So even if you have a lot of money in the bank, maybe in a fixed deposit, some of the requirements there are these documentations you can never access. Neither can you find employment, because part of the employment requirements is documentation. They want to know, to identify you, to know you. Only you are left only to provide a passport photo. That is not enough. So control over documentation can equally be impact of financial abuse. And some victims can even face what we call employment sabotage, whereby you may be forced to take career breaks. Yeah, they sabotage you from working, you know, or do a particular job which might be below your potential. Yeah, or so you find that you have all these qualifications, you can access better jobs, but they sabotage. Yeah, employment sabotage, so that the nature of the jobs you can take are within the control of this person. And this kind of control, it equally impacts your economic potential and your career progress. So depending on what your goals are, it means it equally sabotages your goals. So ideally, the overall impact is loss of control on key aspects around your life that have a potential to make you grow financially. So to be present, to be present to these things, because this kind of control, it's coercive, and it can continue over time, and it can be threatening. It can be life-threatening to people, because it intimidates, it touches on your dignity as a person, it really brings you down. Yeah. So like we said yesterday, if you're someone who is involved in this, yeah, to stop it, because it's something that can be done to a life partner, a spouse. You can do it to your parent. You can do it to an employee. So it can be wide. The people who can be affected by financial abuse can be as wide as possible. So to be present and to stop it, because it's not helping the economy. By the way, we are all helping each other when we are all growing, when we are all opening opportunities for each other. Yeah. So the moment you find we are curtailing progress, it's not good for our economy. It's not good for the society. Yeah. It's ideally bringing all of us. We need to all fight and stop. Great. So I hope you can throw in your questions, your comments, your concerns in the chat. You can share your comments. Please just share, or depending on the platform you are watching us from, just share your comments, your thoughts, so that we answer your questions, your concerns, and also what is it that spoke to you? Yeah. What is it that you've seen even on a neighbor, or maybe it's not you, someone else, that is happening around this topic of financial abuse? And you know, it's a topic that is kept in the closet, often not talked about. And the mode of coping mechanism that people adopt is to excuse and to not make it look better than it is. Yet inside, it's a cancer that is slowly eating you up. So let's be present. So I want to switch gears to the mood we are in right now. Right now, we are in the mood of the Money Coaching Hub. The Money Coaching Hub is a collaborative learning space. Every first Friday of the month, we meet, and it's made up of professionals and people in business who are very intentional about their finances. And every first Friday of the month, we meet and discuss a money theme. Yeah, so the themes are per quarter. So you find we have a money theme for the quarter, and that money themes runs through the quarter, and we meet every first Friday of the month to break it down so that we can actually live, apply and make different shifts on the different areas of money. So in the last quarter of the year, it's a guest speaker quarter, and we invite guest speakers. And guess who is our guest speaker for December? And we are so excited because Fanny is just not any other money coach. Fanny is one of the most sought after money coaches in the UK. And she deals with couples, she deals with students, she deals with individuals, people in business and professionals, and she's helped so many people. I was reading her profile and I saw, was it 2,000 or 5,000 2,000 for the last 5 years. People she has helped to transform their money matters. And who better than her can take us through how we can make friends with our finances? You know, one of the key sabotage on progressing on the money front is not being friends with it. Yeah, not being friends with it in how we relate with it. So the aspects she will put across during this session are so essential that we've opened this session up to the public. So whether you're a member of the Money Coaching Hub or not, you can attend this session. All it takes from you is to be present to clear your calendar between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. on Friday, 3rd December, next week, next Friday. And the second thing is to pay 2,000 Kenya shillings on the pay bill that is on the screen. Once you've done those two, you'll be part of this very transformative session. And guess what? It's on such high demand. Many people are very keen to join us on this session. And remember to pick a copy of your ebook. It's a free ebook, a simple start guide to elevate your financial well-being. Yeah? So don't be left behind. Money is not something that just sorts out itself. Like we were told, money does not grow on trees. Yeah? But it grows through your efforts. And one of your efforts is to be intentional, to have the right tools. Grab the ebook, the simple start guide to elevate your financial well-being. And secondly, be in the forums of learning where you're growing around your money. To do things the way you're doing. If nothing changes, nothing changes. You'll probably just get the same results next year, this time, complaining about the same things. But if you're intentional and you're in the right forums and doing something about your money, you'll be in a different place. You'll clearly begin making shifts. I'm glad we've had this session. I look forward to the next one and see you at the Money Coaching Hub next week, Friday. Bye for now.